We have the daily faggot. Anyway, welcome back to We Suck at Gaming Review. It's Darkness, Fishmaster, and Bloodvein on the camera. This is part 3 to possibly trying a 3-part Diablo game review. Diablo 3 game review. Last time you checked in, it was 19 to 17, good 19, and bad 17. Next thing on our topic would be actual co-op. I had a lot of good things about this and a lot of bad things about this. One good thing was they balanced it pretty well. I mean, it was okay. It didn't really spark an interest for me unless you're playing with like 2 people. If you play with 4 people, it's kind of ridiculous.
Because they make it harder.
They make it a lot harder, and it's a pain in the butt. But on a side note with that, if you had someone that was extremely overpowered and they came into your game and they took all your kills, you didn't get the XP at all for it. And it kind of destroyed your campaign, and it kind of sucked. Other than that, didn't really have too much of a problem with it. I'm going to say good and bad for that.
Since we got this game late, we got a lot of overpowered friends that are like level 60s and shit. We're only, right now we're like level 30.
Yeah.
So when they join our game, they kill everything, which to me that was the disappointment of actual co-op. And besides that, I didn't mind it. Like, your friends could join you whenever they wanted, and they could help you, and you can go through the storyline. But besides that, I really have nothing to say. It was pretty good for me, I guess.
So good and bad and good and bad? Okay.
No, 2 goods, 2 bads.
Alright, realism. This is something that is very touchy for a game like this. You don't want realism, and I think they nailed it. I didn't want realism in a game like this because I live in the real world. I don't want the real world crap. I don't want to, do my homework. That's not something I want. But I think they did a good job. You just go around and kill things, and it was animated. The animations were pretty good, and the fact that they stayed away from realism as much as possible without, having to deal with thirst, hunger, and stuff like that. So I think they did a good job with realism.
I don't agree with him to a certain extent. I do want realism in a game, but like he said, there is specific parts in the game that I do not want as realism, like the food and everything. I think they did a good job with the cutscenes with the realism, because the cutscenes almost look realistic to me, which was great. The combat you didn't really want in this game to be realistic, so I think they did a good job with the realism, keeping it to where it should be.
If you actually think about it with the combat, they kind of went really realistic with the combat. Not with like
Not
that.
really, because there's no
It's
combat.
repetitive. Real life is extremely repetitive.
Not in combat, like
sometimes, yeah, it is. I mean, unless you're like a UFC fighter or something like that, it's kind of repetitive. You swing a sword, you stab somebody in the gut, you can do a cool animation with it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say good and bad. What do you say?
I'm gonna say good and bad.
All right, next topic is side quests. This pissed me off a lot with this game. I found maybe 1 side quest, and that's about it.
I found like a couple so far.
I found maybe 1 side quest, which in a way I guess it's good because the game isn't exactly short. It's a pretty long game. I mean, it didn't take me a day to beat a game like it usually does. I've been playing it for like 3 or 4 days straight, and it's been pretty good. But side quests, I wish they would have added more side quests. You?
I agree with him. I think they should add more side quests. And I'm a side quest person. I like to go do side quests before I can do the campaign. So it's kind of a disappointment that I basically am going straight through the campaign without having any side fun. Because you basically most of the time are going straight for missions anyways.
Now what I don't get is a lot of people hate side quests, but I actually like them. I always have.
Yeah.
And I thought what game really nailed side quests was Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim or Oblivion, they were 2 amazing games. I'm going to say bad because I really like side quests.
I said bad.
Alright. Next thing I'm going to go is combos and animations, and we talked about this a lot throughout our thing, and I hated the combos and I hated the animations for the combos. There was no combos. Repetitive crap every time. It was swing, 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 done. Swing, 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 done. It was annoying, repetitive, and I really wish they would have made some more combos, or at least when you're real far out and the camera's at, and you're about to do a cool attack, maybe zoom in on your character, stabbing some dude in the head or something. That'd been cool. I thought that'd been awesome. So I'm gonna say bad for the combos and animations.
You basically specified everything I'm gonna say for not side quests. Combos and animations. They had no combos. It sucked. It pissed me off. The attacking in that game, I did not like at all. So I'd say bad.
Okay, we have bad's catching up. Okay,
yeah, I know.
Leveling up. I love the leveling up in this game. The only thing I had a problem with leveling up is I feel like as I got farther into leveling up, it was a lot easier to level up. I don't know why. It might have been because I was getting farther into the game and the enemies were getting harder to get more XP from them.
I know what you're talking about.
But
it's because
I
there's
felt
more
like
enemies.
through the first beginning of the game, I had trouble getting to like the level 5. And I was like, oh man, this is really hard. This game's going to be a pain in the ass. As soon as I got to like level 10 or level 15, I just started like spamming like every freaking couple of minutes I was getting a level up. I mean, I think, but other than that, they did a good job of the leveling up. I'm going to say good for leveling up.
Okay, I can see what you're going with that, but the reason why it was easier to level up is because they added more enemies as you got farther in the story.
That's true, I didn't think about that.
But I say they did a great job with the leveling up. You always, like, every once in a while for the levels, you would get an item, like, you would get a skill. Or, like, when you leveled up, you were able to use a weapon, which specific weapons you need specific levels. So I think they did a great job with the leveling up in this game.
So you're gonna say great. So
good.
I put good. You said good. All right. Next thing we have is overpowered players. Holy crap!
You
This was
farted,
annoying.
didn't you?
No, I actually didn't. Did you fart? Okay. And audience, did you fart? Don't be farting. That stinks. Okay. Anyway, overpowered players. This really was annoying. Oh my God! What is that freaking smell?
That's fucking nasty.
That's gross. Alright. Let's try to fight through this. Overpowered players again. I thought they did a crappy job with this. Not the fact that if an overpowered player came into your game and just started spamming it, I wish they would give you some of the EXP for their kills. I mean, they could come into your game and completely spam the crap out of you and take all your kills, and you wouldn't get crap of the EXP. And again, it would ruin your campaign, and you would have trouble leveling up, and then you have to go back and replay it because you got screwed over.
I didn't like the overpowered players. That's why every time I go into Diablo 3, I put my game on invite only. I want to play through the campaign first, because 9 times out of 10 when you get an overpowered player, they beat the campaign, and you get to have absolutely no fun with the game because they're skipping everything and fast speed through it. So I put my games on invite only, and I did not like them at all. They really pissed me off.
Alright, so 2 bads. Alright, followers and follower upgrades. I love the followers in this game. The fact that you could slowly learn about them, and it was really cool the fact that they put a story behind each follower. I mean, I've only ever played with the Templar because I love the Templar. He's a cool guy. They made him have his own personality, and I just had a stink bug fly on my carpet. But I thought that was pretty cool how they made him have his own animation, and it was really cool. His own dialogue and own personality. It was really cool. And for the upgrades for him, I thought they did a pretty good job with the upgrades because they upgraded as fast as you did. And the upgrades weren't overpowered, and their upgrades help you a lot. They help you more than your own upgrades, which is really sad, but I think they did a great job with the followers.
I can agree. They did a really good job with the followers, even though, from what I've seen with a lot of Diablo games, is you usually would be able to have more than one follower. And I don't know if this is true, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I was kind of disappointed with that. And I think besides that, they did a good job with the followers. They were really helpful and useful. They didn't get your way, and that you were able to learn about them. The only thing that was a bummer is they were a little overpowered too, so they made the storyline, like we said, a lot easier than it should have been. So I'd say a good and a bad for the followers.
Alright, next topic is length of game. This was amazing. I think they did. I mean, back in the Nintendo games were extremely long, but that's back on Nintendo 64 and with Contra and everything like that, and Legend of Zelda.
Cheap asses.
Yeah, basically. I loved Zelda in that, but this game, most of the games I've been playing lately have a very short campaign, like Battlefield, definite. Oh my God, Battlefield pissed me off because I only played it for like 3 hours and beat it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they're doing a great job. I haven't beat it yet. I've been playing it for like 4 days straight, and it's been pretty good. So I'm gonna say good.
I'd say the length of the game is really good for me because I am a non-stop player, and I think we've been able to.
We're just gonna go right through. We only have 2 more.
Like they've done a good job with it. I usually beat a game in a day, so I like being able to have like a game that'll keep me occupied for a while, and I'll be able to play through it again without a problem. And I think they did a good job with the length, so I'd give it a good.
Wait, how much time?
We're at 9.
Alright.
I say don't cut it. Just
well,
keep going.
we still have to talk about the other stuff on it too. So
crafting and inventory.
Yeah, but we also got to talk about the tallies and everything. So I'm just gonna have to say, end it. Go to part 4. It isn't really gonna be a part 4. It's basically just gonna be the scores and stuff like that.
And we got 2 more topics.
We have 2 more topics, and I guess we can actually talk about the topics a little bit.
Yeah.
Seeing as how we're gonna have a lot of time. But thanks for watching part 3, and if you're still watching, I know it's annoying to have these continuous things going on. But that's what I have to say. I'm Darkness, this is Fishman. I feel Bloodvein on the camera. Peace off.